Hi, this is Annie playing Stardew Valley. I've turned off my camera because it's clothing optional day here because the weather is so nice. So, I don't want to get banned. I can...
distraction. Until one day the body rebels against the mind and screams out. I am not no man. A man cannot unsee the truth. A man cannot unsee the truth.
I think this one.
You cannot willingly return to darkness. Or go blind once he has the gift of sight. Any more than he can be unborn.
I'm going to see something here. Make the snow more transparent. It's a little annoying. It's a little heavy. That's better. You can tell it's snowing, but it's not blocking everything out. Okay. So, I thought I had some croscus. I guess not. I don't see it. Oh, you would think I had some though. Not sure where I picked up the jade. Okay. Let's see how much. Look inside my greenhouse, see what's going on today. Ah, good. You can pick up my hoe. Okay. Was that the TV? Or not?
Nope, Bruce is staring intently toward the door.
I think it was probably Tang. Tang? Is that you, buddy? He is over there. I don't know why he's crying, though. What has he got?
Him and Ivan were facing.
Oh. Well, that's nice. It's nice that they work together like that.
No, you gotta stop being mean to Tang.
There's something that's beeping over there every time there's motion. It's motion sensitive. And it goes off. And I can't find it. If you hit the cat tower, sometimes it'll go off.
I can't hear it, so I can't find it.
Okay. Got a hot pepper. I need one for George. You know, I have. Marnie wants one of those. I might as well start clearing out some of my old quests. More hardwood. Oh, that looks better. Yeah, I think I'm going to get my hoe first so I can get these dig sites. See, get still hoe. There we go. Yeah, I might have to get one of these info. Focus. And go check the beach. Snow yam. I'll find a lot of those guys. Hey guys, what you doing? Are you fighting?
are extremely upset. Come with me to my office and we can discuss whatever's on your mind. We're gonna talk about it right here. From then, I know the thing but he's making you sick. This place is making you sick. It's in the water. I saw the bodies dried up like mummies. Look at you people. Your teeth are falling out. You're dying and you can't even see it. But I'm here for the cure. There is no cure. Don't you see? He's the one that is making you sick. There's nothing wrong with you people. I wouldn't do that. Holly. There's nothing wrong with you. Yes. Yes. That's it. Stand up. Come on. Yes. Stand up. He is making you sick. Yes, that's it. Come on. That's it.
And then they attack him.
That's
There's
what I'm
nothing
thinking.
wrong with you. What are you doing? What are you
Ah.
What have they done to you? Answer me. I've never felt better. Relax, Mr. Lockhart. All knows. Ah, yes. Remarkable creatures. Using the bodies. This is the result of the land. The edge of the still water. Life-giving essence. Of course, he paid the terrible price of this treatment. It's a mistake. For few subjects who were unwilling. Luckily, times have changed. The last 200 years has been the most productive in human history. Man freed himself. God. With everything that gave him meaning. Till he was left worshipping equity water. So anguish. That is why they come. They like you. My wife, no one ever did. But you fail to understand is that no one understood.
That's what I need for winter seeds.
You know what the cure
sword. Okay.
Jesus Christ. Where's Pembroke? He's gone. Where do you mean gone? Get in the car. You came here to perform a task, remember? Get in the car. You hear what I said? You lost your mind. Actually, I'm feeling much better. Where the hell are you going? Lockhart! Lockhart! Often do you feel the need to update software, things like that, guys?
I mean, I have a laptop, but I really don't use it anymore because of the new technology like the smartphones and things like that. It's just,
Or as, sorry, I'm trying to think as we go through all the things here yet.
Oh, it's not over yet, buddy. This is gonna haunt your dreams, my friend.
Talk to me about your opinions on the subway system.
Depending on the public transportation, as far as there's a lot of idiotic people that's on the train that does stupid things. Just to
Phoenix Dodge.
They have nothing better to do or anywhere better to go.
I know.
Bigger, bolder, meatier. Just $12 for a full rack and 2 sides. Get it here and get it to go. News 4, watching out for you in St. Peter's.
President Trump blasts Senate Republicans. The day after shaking up his team, the president targets GOP senators on Twitter, saying they, quote, look like fools after the healthcare debacle. Also tonight, the growing nuclear threat from North Korea. Could these mountain tunnels be used to protect people in Hawaii? Tesla rolls out its Model 3, an electric car for the masses. But can the company keep up with demand?
We're going to do everything we possibly can.
I demand one.
As soon as possible.
And one family's mission to bring a new, more affordable type of wheelchair to children around the world.
She's just happy to be, free to do what she wants.
This is the CBS Weekend News.
A new adorable wheelchair.
That matters.
Good evening, I'm Elaine Quijano. The day after replacing his chief of staff, President Trump blasted Senate Republicans on Twitter over their failure this week to repeal Obamacare. Mr. Trump said the Senate's GOP majority, quote, will never win unless the Senate eliminates the filibuster, a long-standing rule aimed at blocking the majority party from unilaterally passing bills. The Saturday morning tweet storm followed a Friday night shakeup at the White House. Errol Barnett is there.
At an anti-gang speech on Friday in Long Island, New York, President Trump foreshadowed his announcement that General John Kelly would replace embattled Chief of Staff Reince Priebus.
John Kelly, who has done an incredible job of Secretary of Homeland Security. Incredible. One of our real stars.
When the president returned to Washington, he made the move official in a series of tweets, then briefly addressed the press.
Reince is a good man. John Kelly will do a fantastic job. General Kelly has been a star, done an incredible job thus far, respected by everybody. A great, great American. Reince Priebus, a good man.
The move capped off a damaging week for Priebus, in which newly appointed communications director Anthony Scaramucci publicly insulted him and claimed he was behind a series of leaks. Priebus says he's leaving with his head up.
We'll be working on a transition here for a couple of weeks together with General Kelly, starting on Monday morning. So this is not like a situation where there's a bunch of ill will feelings.
The ayes are 49, the nays are 51. The motion is not agreed to.
President Trump has also been frustrated by a failure to fulfill his promise to replace Obamacare.
They should have approved healthcare last night, but you can't have everything. Boy, oh boy. They've been working on that one for 7 years. Can you believe that?
Today, the president suggested changing Senate rules to get more done, saying Republicans look like fools wasting time.
And then change it back when there's a Democratic president.
Yep. That's exactly what he's thinking.
Because it's not fair when the other side does it.
They've been warned multiple times. Republicans than the 3 that voted against it, that are going to vote against it. It's just that those 3 are the only ones that step forward. If they didn't, somebody else would have.
Yeah. Hi, Tone Tones. How you doing? Are you a good girl? Mm-hmm. Hi, girl. Oh, Miss Linus's birthday.
The Win column, a new sanctions bill against Russia. In a statement, the White House says Mr. Trump negotiated critical elements of it and intends to sign it. Now, President Trump has his first official challenger for president in 2020. Democratic Representative John Delaney from Maryland, who is one of the wealthiest people in Congress, penned an op-ed and published a video detailing his plans on Friday. He touted his efforts for bipartisanship and business experience, claiming President Trump isn't focused enough on the future. Elaine?
Carol Barnett, thanks. President Trump on Friday encouraged police officers to treat suspects violently.
Did you hear that?
Yes. Don't be so gentle with them or something. Some shit.
When you put suspect in the car and you put your hand to protect their head, stop. Put your hand up there. Go ahead and hit their head.
The president was on Long Island, New York, giving a speech about curbing gang violence.
Like when you guys put somebody in the car and you're protecting their head, you know, the way you put their hand over. Like, don't hit their head and they've just killed somebody, don't hit their head. I said, you can take the hand away, okay?
While some officers in the audience applauded, the International Association of Chiefs of Police released a statement explaining the importance of use of force procedures, adding, quote, law enforcement officers are trained to treat all individuals, whether they are a complainant, suspect, or defendant, with dignity and respect. North Korea's latest missile test is raising new concerns that they could hit deep into the mainland U.S. On Friday, the North launched its second intercontinental ballistic missile this month. It flew for more than 40 minutes, traveling high into space before coming down in the Sea of Japan. Carter Evans says officials in Hawaii are not taking chances.
The latest missile launch drew praise from North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, who said through state media the test...
You know, every picture I've seen of him when he's smiling, he looks absolutely retarded. You know? He just looks stupid.
Uh-huh.
clearly proves the whole U.S. mainland is in firing range. Japanese news cameras purportedly captured the missile crashing into the ocean, but experts confirm if it were aimed at a lower trajectory, it could have reached Los Angeles, Chicago, and even New York. In response, U.S. and South Korean forces staged joint live fire exercises, and Secretary of State Rex Tillerson condemned the launch, saying, "We will never accept a nuclear-armed North Korea."
I think when we say we don't accept it, what we really mean is that we're in a state of denial.
Jeffrey Lewis is a nuclear policy expert at the Middlebury Institute of International Studies.
You may see that language changes and we move away from talking about denuclearization towards steps to try to reduce tension on the peninsula.
North Korea's missile test earlier this month put the Hawaiian Islands in range.
Because of our proximity, we are 20 minutes away from destruction.
State Representative Gene Ward wants to reopen military bunkers hidden deep inside Diamond Head to temporarily run Hawaii's government amid a nuclear attack. The tunnels were built more than 100 years ago for ammunition storage, says Lieutenant Colonel Charles Anthony with the National Guard.
So this was never designed to house a lot of people for any period of time? No, it was designed to withstand an artillery barrage and also to unleash an artillery barrage in the opposite direction.
So far, Hawaii is the first state to issue an official emergency plan for a North Korean launch. Remembering the last attack here, no one wants to be caught off guard.
We had no preparation for Pearl Harbor. This one, we've had a slow burn. If we are sleeping now when we have a clear present danger, we are negligent.
North Korea's leader says the missile was capable of carrying a large-sized nuclear warhead. Elaine, the U.S. has requested an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council on Monday.
Carter Evans, thanks. The police department in Austin, Texas, pulled its entire fleet of Ford Explorer SUVs off the road Saturday. There are growing concerns, not only in Austin, that exhaust is leaking into the vehicles and making people sick. Transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve is following this.
The city of Austin decided to park its entire fleet of Explorers after 2 more police officers were found with carbon
I'm going
monoxide in
update for
their
a
blood,
second.
bringing the number to 20. This is my family. Interim Police Chief Brian Manley. I stand here confident that we're making the right decision today based on what we know.
And it's not just one police agency, it's several.
Yeah.
Hey honey, we should buy a Ford Explorer.
With the carbon monoxide exposure issue that we've had and the impacts that it has had on our workforce. Just hours earlier, federal regulators expanded their investigation into reports of exhaust leaking into the passenger cabin of some Ford Explorers. An estimated 1.3 million of the vehicle's model years 2011 to 2017 could be affected. Investigators found police cruisers with cracked exhaust manifolds and said preliminary testing suggests CO levels may be high.
They say that the civilian ones don't do that. Only the police ones do. It's like, what the fuck is that? They don't like cops?
I don't think it's coming from over here. This is it.
Oh. Let's just move it to a different location so it doesn't hit the butt.
Be elevated in certain driving scenarios. And it's not just police. NHTSA now cites more than 2,700 complaints, many from civilians, leading to reports of at least 41 injuries.
It's not just the police.
Regulators have known about many of the complaints for nearly a year, but didn't release the numbers until now. And despite that growing list of reports, investigators say they still can't find solid evidence the injuries or accidents were caused by carbon monoxide leaks, which doesn't sit well with Captain James Thibodeau, who says one of his officers passed out behind the wheel and crashed into a ditch.
When she was treated at the hospital, we had requested the testing for carbon monoxide, and her levels came out near lethal.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration would not agree to it.
Carbon monoxide will fuck your shit up.
Says it has not found elevated levels of carbon monoxide.
Seems like you'd smell the exhaust, even though you can't smell carbon monoxide.
Monoxide in regular Explorers and says it will cover the cost of specific repairs to the police interceptor version of the Explorer. Elaine?
Chris Van Cleve, thanks. A rare summer nor'easter dumped heavy rain from the mid-Atlantic states to the northeast. Flash floods forced the governor of West Virginia to declare a state of emergency. The storms also brought high winds and rough surf to the Jersey Shore, but many took the bad weather in stride, including an inventive skateboarder who turned an umbrella into a sail. In Southern California Friday, a wildfire created a towering funnel cloud of smoke. This was the remarkable scene near the town of Gorman, about an hour north of Los Angeles.
I know what
As
Gorman
the
is.
fire quickly
I've been
burned
there.
about 100
No, look at
acres,
the funnel.
I know.
whirled
I'm
into
looking
what's
at it. I'm
called
just
a
saying I know where it's
gustnado
at.
that stretched high into the sky. In the Outer Banks of North Carolina, a power outage has short-circuited summer vacation plans for about 10,000 people. They were forced to evacuate the islands of Ocracoke and Hatteras. Restaurants and hotels are losing thousands of dollars a day in business. Emergency generators were brought in, but they can't fully power the islands. Officials say it could take days or weeks to repair an underground line that was damaged Thursday by construction crews. Overseas, the parents of Charlie Gard are planning to set up a charity to help families whose children suffer from rare genetic diseases like the one that took his life yesterday. Jonathan Vigliotti now with more on the boy who captured the hearts of people around the world.
With his parents by his side, Charlie Gard took his final breath in a London hospice. His death marks the end of a medical and legal saga that began shortly after he was born with a rare genetic disease that left him unable to move and breathe on his own. Doctors treating him in London said he could not be cured, and in March argued in court he should be taken off life support. His parents wanted to take the baby to the U.S. for experimental treatment, an idea that President Trump supported in a tweet. But after 5 months of bitter legal wrangling, U.S. doctors agreed with the London hospital. Charlie could not be saved.
Our son is an absolute warrior, and we could not be prouder of him, and we will miss him terribly.
It's a bad situation.
They soon told him.
It's not logical, but you can understand why they're not logical.
Continued until the very end. On Thursday, his parents were back in court to ask a judge to release the baby from the hospital so he could die at home. On Friday, Charlie was removed from life support and admitted into hospice care, where he died a few hours later, just 1 week short of his first birthday.
Tributes to Charlie have come from all over the world, including Pope Francis. In a tweet he said, quote, "I entrust little Charlie to the Father and pray for his parents and all those who loved him." Elaine.
Jonathan Vigliotti, thanks. A study out this week involving more than 100 deceased NFL players showed 99% of them had the degenerative brain disease CTE. 2 days after the study was released, a player for the Baltimore Ravens abruptly announced his retirement. Roxana Saberi has more on this.
As the NFL's training camps kicked off this week, the player called the smartest man in the league decided to hang up his cleats at age 26. Baltimore Ravens offensive lineman John Urschel tweeted, "I'm excited to start working on my doctorate in mathematics, full-time at MIT."
So what we have here is we have a nice little graph.
The scholar athlete didn't say exactly why he's retiring from football, but his decision comes 2 days after a study found that all but one of 111 brains of former NFL players showed signs of chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE. The disease is linked to football players and athletes with repetitive brain trauma. Before he turned pro, Urschel told CBS News he was aware of the potential health hazards.
I'd be lying if I said this isn't something I've ever thought about, because this is something to consider, but I really love the sport I'm playing. I'm an adult, I'm a grown man. I recognize the risk.
Over the past few years, other players have decided that staying on the field wasn't worth the risk. Former San Francisco 49er Chris Borland.
I didn't want to go down a route where for years I was doing something that could ultimately be detrimental to my health. It's tough to
Lee Eagle is co-director of New York University's Sports and Society program.
The NFL says it is taking steps to improve the safety of its players. Is it doing enough?
The NFL is certainly taking steps to safeguard the health of its players, but the multi-billion-dollar question is, how do you get around the fact that this is a collision sport and hits to the head are a natural part of the game?
In an email to CBS News, the NFL said, "We respect any player's decision on when to retire. Our number one priority is the health and safety of our players." The NFL called the findings in this week's study important and told CBS News it's raising awareness about concussions. But Elaine, it added, there's still many unanswered questions about the long-term effects of head trauma.
Roxana Saberi, thanks. Coming up, an update on the deadly accident at the Ohio State Fair. And we'll hear...
Let me guess, somebody's getting sued.
Yeah, but they taught a would have been future Marine how to fly.
Cartwright.
I really want to be better. I want to be better.
The family of a teenager who was killed last week when an amusement park ride broke apart at the Ohio State Fair, is now preparing to file a wrongful death suit. Adriana Diaz has more on the accident, including an interview with a teenager who survived it.
You know, they probably had ambulance chasing lawyers at their door.
You know, I'm not sure that I disagree with the wrongful death thing.
Still.
No, not still.
These were the first customers on the Skylift, one of the few rides to reopen at the Ohio State Fair, after Wednesday night's deadly accident on the fast-moving Fireball, where passengers and a car were flung off the ride.
It's just scary. It's like a nightmare come true.
19-year-old Hakeem Hussein and his girlfriend Hannah were in the car next to the one that detached.
It started going faster. Then it started going higher. That's when it hit the ride, like, boom, my whole life just flashed in front of me, like I just seen people die.
There was just people panicking everywhere. And what really bothers me is people just wanted to have their phones out.
The only known video that captured the crash has been viewed by millions.
Everybody's seen this video, but they weren't there. It's not in their head. It replays over and over in my head.
The couple had initially been seated in the car that fell, but were moved last minute.
It's still stuck in my head because it could have been one of us.
Are you angry about what happened?
Yeah, I'm mad.
I just want to know what happened.
So do investigators, but their work could take weeks. Most rides, though, will return to operation after additional inspections.
I feel like they just don't care. Like, I feel like it's just like, oh, okay, let's move on.
A difficult prospect for the victims struggling with trauma.
Adriana Diaz, CBS News, Columbus.
Still ahead, Tesla launches its electric car for the masses, but isn't ready to meet demand.
She's nationally recognized.
Here's John Black. Tesla delivered its first Model 3 electric cars last night. It's already a hot seller, and CEO Elon Musk admits it won't be easy to meet mass production demands. Here's John Blackstone.
With fanfare fit for a rock star, Tesla launched its Model 3.
I want one.
CEO Elon Musk's ambition is making this the electric car for the mass market.
We're going to do everything we possibly can to get you a car as soon as possible.
Right now, the Model 3 is pretty much everything to Tesla. This is the car that they have to get right to ensure that their business continues.
The Model 3 costs around $35,000 with an all-electric range of more than 200 miles. Tesla's previous models start at nearly $70,000. Has there ever been a car salesman like Elon Musk?
Elon Musk is I think is beyond a car salesman. I mean, he's more like a hero for a lot of folks, and I think the opportunity to buy a car from his company and be a part of his movement is attractive to a lot of people.
I don't give a shit about being a part of his movement.
Last year, more than 400,000 people have put down $1,000 each to get on the waiting list to buy one. To satisfy all those orders, Musk says Tesla will build 500,000 cars a year by the end of 2018. But in all of 2016, Tesla built fewer than 90,000 cars.
Some of the production targets are pretty ambitious. People have doubted Tesla before, but the fact that they are, rolling cars off that people are going to drive, says a lot.
Those are actual owners getting actual production cars.
Electric cars may be quiet, but Tesla continues to generate plenty of buzz. John Blackstone, CBS News, San Francisco.
Up next, they're called Bella's Boombas, homemade wheelchairs made with love and delivered at a fraction of the regular cost.
Because they're made of plastic. Looks like they're made on the same production line as a big wheel.
What do I do with my wood?
Runners, some have a better chance of winning than others. If we could prioritize the frequencies, narrow it down to those most likely to win the race, eliminate those who never stood a chance off the top.
Well, how are we gonna do that?
Okay. Guys, you have predictive algorithms, right?
Of course. It helps me anticipate Darius's needs.
And you have access to our EM Drive research?
I have access to all of Darius and Malcolm Croft's non-working prototypes.
Can you use those predictive algorithms to analyze those failures and then prioritize which frequencies have the best chance of producing thrust, please?
I can try, Liam.
You want her to guess? To make an educated guess, we do not have time to eliminate 300,000 frequencies. Testing will now reveal the competitors fast.
I got an exclusive with Darius Tams on his Mars project. How much do you love me? I didn't get anywhere on that list, but don't worry, I'm not dropping that white whale. Yeah, you know me. I like to keep pulling threads. Eventually, something or someone will unravel. Hi.
I'm sorry, I tried calling, texting.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Can we talk?
So you left him there?
Dylan's right. I'm a terrible father.
I don't believe that.
Did you see the best in me?
I just see you. Go back to Dylan. Make amends. You can't change the past, but you can change the future.
What's left of it? Grace. I know we don't agree. But I have to do what I think is right.
That's all any of us can do.
Yeah, it's really a no-brainer. Let everybody die or kill 1 billion people to save 7. Which one would you choose? Especially if their plan is to kill all Russians and Chinese.
They might go nuclear before they go out, though.
Huh?
They might go nuclear before they go out.
Well, they're not planning on telling them. It's just gonna let it happen.
Yeah, keeping that on the down low is probably a good idea.
Liam, you have a match.
What?
You have a match.
Tess, you beautiful, beautiful red machine. Croft, wake up. Please don't be dead. She found a match. Tess found a match.
A new picture.
That's nice.
That's a nice color.
Yeah. I wish I got new pictures.
I don't know why mine's different than yours. Mine changes on its own.
Those stairs are tricky. Yeah.
Whew. Starting to get warm in here. The wind died down.
Oh, I think the door closed whenever the train came through because the cats all come running in.
That's possible.
Your bosses would figure it out. So, Tess, prioritize the frequencies, and we did it.
Now we just have to build the damn thing. Pentagon wants to see a fully functional scale model in 48 hours.
Oh, that's impossible.
Malcolm, you just defied Newton's third law. Anything's possible. We'll need all hands on deck.
Seriously?
said all hands, didn't I? So, your chief thrust, now show me how.
Yeah, the wind died down. The cats apparently ran into the fan whenever they were coming in, but it just fell over. It didn't close the door.
Good news, ready for show and tell.
Watching Z panicking, running at the same time.
You have proof of concept?
Yeah.
I had long given up on this. Too bad it only took the end of the world for us to crack it.
I'd say that's perfect timing.
Here, Professor. Need to get you out of sight if you're concerned about your safety.
Don't overload
The holy grail of space
good, Mr. Cole.
flight. A reactionless drive. Provide thrust without
A hiker in the
using
desert
mass.
is limited by the amount of water he can carry. But what if he could make water as he went? REM drive will allow us to make our own metaphorical water. We'll be able to travel at speed.
Maybe I should
10
open this
times
so my cat can go through it.
The thrust of the generator is tiny, less than 1,000th of a newton, but it's constant. In a vacuum of space, that is better than a fleet of rockets.
If this little guy moves even 1 millimeter, it'll be one of the greatest triumphs in scientific history. And maybe, just maybe, the savior of mankind. With the deadline 3 hours from now, there's only been time to test computer models. We haven't had a chance to field test it in the real world, so without further ado.
What are we looking at exactly?
At the moment, nothing. What's happening?
We have frequency rockets should be working now.
Send more power. I don't care what Croft said. This is do or die time. Do it.
I think we've seen enough here.
Oh, look. Another anti-wrinkle cream in no hurry to make anything happen. Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair works in just 1 week with the fastest retinol formula to physically reduce wrinkles. Neutrogena. Get up and get down at Cricket Wireless with a Cricket Unlimited 2 plan. 2 lines of unlimited data for $80 a month. Plus get 2 smartphones free when you switch. All on a network that...
Tonight. I told you not to push it, damn it.
Darius told me to send more power.
Nothing was happening. We needed to improvise.
Improvise. We just figured out how to make it work, and you want to improvise?
That's how things get done.
Ruff's right. You're not a scientist, you're a celebrity.
Is that right?
And now because I listened to you, our last chance to save our collective asses has literally gone up in flames. You say you have a reason for everything. I sure as hell hope you have one for this.
Where are you going?
To make things right, while I still can.
We need to make the call to the president.
Maybe we should consider the second window.
What? Did you not just say what happened with Darius and his fantasy technology?
It worked in the computer simulation.
It was a simulation, Claire.
Maybe all they really need is time.
Time is a luxury we don't have. Who got to you? Was it Darius?
No. Someone else.
You broke chain of command. Went behind my back.
I did what I thought was right.
I guess you thought this was right too. I believe this is yours.
I thought it was an accident at first. And maybe got caught in my clothes, fell into the briefcase. That's before I knew how far you were willing to go. Just how far did you go, Grace?
Right now, that doesn't matter.
It does to me. What did you do?
I don't want to compromise you.
Damn it, Grace, you already have.
You know that under normal circumstances, I would never do some of the things I've done.
You've made your choices, Grace. Now I need to make mine.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Hey, you still up?
Terrible, I know. Work's been, it's been rough.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I really am. A job offer from Darius is an opportunity. If the job excites you, you should take it.
I already did.
That's fantastic.
Is it?
I want you to be happy. Hey, I'm sorry. So, what's the project exactly?
You know how Darius wants to colonize Mars?
Yeah.
Basically, we're figuring out the first step. So the minimum
Viable population.
Jinx.
You're selecting 160 people for an ark.
Well, hypothetical art. Who would you choose to repopulate if you knew the world was coming to an end? And it's weird because he said that this project is a priority.
Darius has a reason for everything. What are you doing here?
I'm here to bail you out. And your friends.
Yeah, they all left. As soon as they had the chance, they took it.
It's a fundamental human instinct to act in favor of self-preservation.
People can be so disappointing, you know?
I do. I don't want to disappoint you anymore. I can't change the past, Dylan. But I want to change. Be a better father. Before it's too late. Yes, I understand. Thank you. The president has given the order. We are going. Commencing burn on the Iowa frozen.
And we just condemned a billion people.
Ready? Okay. When we say study, you say hall. Study. Hall. Study. Hall. When we say study, you say hall.
Study! Ha! What, honey? I'm just doing what the lady told me to do.
Once-in-a-lifetime event happens here. Total Eclipse 2017. Watch it with 2 pairs of viewing glasses free from Papa John's with the purchase of a new pan or gluten-free pizza. Alexa, only on
We're
News
probably
4,
closer
the
to
official
there.
station of Total Eclipse 2017.
We are in, and oh my God, fantastic. Focus.
Progress is seizing the moment. Your summer
Focus.
now that the summer of Audi sales event is here.
Luck. Some people wait for it, others create it. At Hollywood Casino, luck is everywhere you look. From our hottest slots and games to our tasty dining options and live entertainment. So grab the crew and create your luck. We're rocking the riches every Friday in May, June, and July. 50 winners every Friday night from 6 to 10 p.m. Plus monthly grand prize drawings. Hollywood Casino St. Louis.
Save at New Balance St. Louis, July 28th through August 6th. The entire store is 10 to 15% off.
Your summer moment awaits you now that the Summer of Audi sales event is here. Audi will cover your first month's lease payment on select models during the Summer of Audi sales event.
I don't want my kids to suffer. It was hotter at my house than it was outside. They're here right now. Oh my God, thank you. They're here right now. Oh my God, thank you.
Switching to IO Pro Q now. Roger 7.
I hate the fact that I know exactly how far Jupiter really is from Earth. The fact they're going to make it there in less than 100 days is like, yeah, right. Warp speed! Satellite?
Not that one. That one.
ready to initiate final burn. Proceed. Roger that. NASA, Samson. Initiate thrust.
Thrust initiated. The probe is exiting orbit.
Trajectory has been adjusted for impact.
Trajectory confirmed, Samson. Switching to forward camera.
Oh, it is traveling at light speed. It took
On course for impact.
3 or 4 minutes to get there.
Samson, we are looking good.
Sir, we have a problem. The probe's engines are firing.
Samson, trajectory has been changed. We are no longer on course.
What's going on? I don't know. Thrusters have been activated at full strength.
NASA, Samson, a 100% burn on IO has been initiated. Is that you? Negative, Samson. That is not us.
Who the hell is sending this command? I don't know.
Could this be instrumentation failure? Negative. Command is coming from another signal.
Harris, what the hell's going on?
Probe is no longer responding to us. Probe is receiving commands from somewhere else. I need one explanation.
I'm going okay.
I have only one possible explanation.
Bruce!
We've been hacked.
Bruce occurs!
NASA has
Oh,
been
so good boy.
I think he wanted up there, but somebody was in his way for his normal path.
Samson.
I need reports on China, Russia, Iran. Also give me intel on
She's
any
being a real
activity.
She's not even really doing anything, though. She's just sitting.
I know, but she's being a real cock blocker.
I don't think she's
Everybody
even...
goes up that way to go over to your desk. It's kind of funny how that works.
But she's on the cat tree. She's allowed to be on the cat
I
tree.
know. I'm not telling her she's not. I'm not interfering with her.
All
She likes it right there. So
she's just sitting peacefully.
he come over, crawled up on my leg, and started sniffing my elbow, basically saying, "Hey, she's in my way. I can't get up."
And this has nothing to do with...
She's allowed to be up there. She's allowed to be on the cat tree.
It's apparently a safe spot.
Entirely appropriate place for her to be. The cat tree. The girl is a good place to be.
Very important to me, so please leave a detailed message.
Darius, where are you? I need to know what you did. Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.
Alexa, play swing music.
I'd like to get a second opinion. My colleague is here just to make sure that he has a normal process. Who the f*** are you? One more time around the horn. Look at him. Murray's presenting. Okay. Here we go. Too much.
Annoying show.
Only see it in snippets, and it's fucking annoying.
I know. I agree.
change the channel just so between shows I don't have to look at
And
it.
procedures will be completed at no cost to you. If you qualify, you may
That's
receive
not unreasonable.
Unzip your shirt and show me your nipples.
Awkward.
Show me your nipples. That's so funny. She kept telling him she had to hook the machine up to his nipples, and he kept refusing. So finally, he gave in and let her hook the machine up to save everybody. And he takes off his shirt. She looks at his chest for a couple seconds and then puts it on his nipples. He didn't ever need to put it on his nipples. He just she talked him out of taking off, or talked him into taking off his shirt just because she wanted to. It's kind of cool if you stop and think about it. You know?
Yes.
An all-new episode of the sci-fi original series.
I mean, obviously,
430.
he's an actor and he's supposed to look beautiful and everything. So.
And 37 local agents stopped reporting for duty.
Until we know why, my investigators and I are assuming full control of this rack, effective immediately.
There are 2 strings of coupons. Some were made to take orders, some were boring tickets in.
What comics for you?
The company's war on skirmishes. We need bigger targets. We need an army.
Welcome to the revolution.
With some kind of genetic bomb, you can wipe out an entire bloodline with this.
I can't.
Let them finish.
Why? We have guns. They have no pants.
Professional etiquette. Carter's a ranking officer.
From a different sector. Petty counts. My ears need a shower. Act counseling.
Guy's kind of on a timeline.
May I? Any etiquette?
You first.
What the hell?
Too late to go back in the closet?
Yeah, a little bit.
Captain Cardiff, we're taking you to the quad now.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, a little free time, I guess.
Sorry.
Apologies. You could have very rude. Cover up with this.
What the hell is this?
Hostage taking. Again, apologize. What's that for?
Tipping her. She did all the work.
Thank you.
Heading to blood site.
Sorry for the cloak and dagger. Had to be done.
Sure.
What the bloody hell? Morning, sunshine. Nancy, want to get Captain Drunk Pants and poke there for me? You abducted 3 interstellar rat captives from the biggest outposts in the J. That ticks all the boxes for stupid. Yeah, I wish your travel arrangements had been more befitting your rank, but I don't have time to give a shit. None of us do. Some kind of joke to you, Agent?
No, you pompous ass. This is a bloody coup.
Pretend that I ever liked you, sure, but I never took you for a traitor. It's okay, Cardiff. I always took you for a moron. Even you heard of level 6. Level 6. That's a myth. This horse shit. Yeah, that's what I thought. They let mad folks like her. Even Lucien Catan. Transferred to my rack 9 years ago. Background unknown. She's over 100 years old. Looks pretty good, doesn't she? Why didn't she want a little paralytic agent we cooked up to help with the fidgeting?
You're gonna let that killjoy and all of us go, or I'm gonna have your balls and your badge, all of you.
Then I definitely should do this. They're called Holland. Human hosts taken over by an alien parasite. Turns them into hive-minded sociopaths. They're stronger, faster than us, and they can heal from almost any injury.
What do they want?
Make more of them and less of us. Every rack is crawling with them.
They use racks to vet viable hosts and control strategic positions in the day. You're only captains in name. The real power behind the rack are the Holland.
I think I would know if alien parasites were hiding from my ship. We knew you'd doubt us. We don't have the time. So tonight we're going to prove it. Teach you how to clean your house by cleaning ours.
What the hell does that mean?
We still have Holland in our own rank. Tonight we wipe them out once and for all.
Yeah, Frappo si servicio.
In front of you, you've got everything that you need if you join the fight. The locations of all the plasma pools nearest your own racks. A sample of the black plasma you'll use to poison that pool so these alien dickholes don't replicate. And a knife that you use to prove that you're all human.
What's in the cup? Coffee. It's gonna be a long night.
Commander, why was Stealth Squad given orders to divert course?
There is a package I need collected. Bell Squad is closest to coordinates.
Stealth Squad monitors the quad. After Kendry's misguided run through the killjoy, I thought we agreed the quad was of no strategic value.
Poor Kendry's been feeling homesick, so I thought I'd bring her back something pretty from her galaxy.
Commander, as your second, it is challenging to fulfill my duties if you don't share your plans with me.
What you wanted.
Consequences to our acting on them.
She crawled up in the chair, and the little nest I made wasn't there, so I put the nest back.
My counsel is
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted.
not alright. Aneela, please. The poor little nugget is only trying to serve you as best as he knows how.
Thank you, Commander.
Thank her, Nugget.
Thank you, Kendry.
Sir Kendry is my full name.
Saya. Commander.
Getting nervous to put your eye for you.
I do know this.
Might want to start kidnapping rat captains. If we fail, they'll bring the entire agency down on our heads. And oh yeah, humanity dies.
Oh, your pep talk needs work, coach.
All human. Even Cardiff?
I guess even the Holland have standards.
Me and Fancy will keep the brass in line. You go kick some alien ass.
Planning on it, starting with Brandon Gray.
Captain, latest surveillance report on target agents. No missteps yet.
Don't worry, they will.
Attack squads are on approach. Listen up. Be smart in there. Know your pattern and we all come home. Sweep, search, skewer. Squad by squad.
Each squad has been assigned a sector of the rack. Ours is 40. Area maps are on your PDD. Level 3 is enough. Keep an eye on the newbies. Lose one and answer to me.
Benji, McAvoy, you're with us.
What is it, Dukes?
There'll be hundreds of agents on the ship. How many are Holland?
We don't know.
We're hunting Holland in a haystack.
But if they look just like us, isn't it hunting hay in a haystack?
That's what these are for, wise ass.
Do not remove your masks until Johnny has entered the station and given us the all clear. The paralytic agent he's releasing works on Holland and humans. So if this shit gets in your lungs, your muscles feed for hours.
Where's Johnny now?
Doing what he does best.
Jerry, my friend, I have returned.
Get the hell's out of here, Jacoby. My ass if Turk finds out you hid.
Gingerbread still can't take a joke, huh?
Dude, you vented the box to his office.
Which is why I brought no pressure to make amends. Make things right. Sorry, Joe.
Way to make me not have to kill you, Jerry.
I owe you a beer. Now, to seduce life support with some sweet, sultry hacking.
Special targets need special weapons. Test is simple. They bleed, they're human. We heal on the spot. This will be your new best friend.
Remember, jab and stab to the brain pan. Aren't they still killjoys?
But these are not your friends, these are not your co-workers. They're an alien bug who will kill you and wear your body like a sweater. So don't cry for the monsters we kill. Think of the killjoys we saved.
Damn, you give good speech, lady. External comms are disabled. The only data going out is our feed to the black site. We're out of the air, people, so look pretty for the cameras.
Heard the man. Final weapons check.
What if we get separated?
I make one promise to my team. If I got you in, I'll get you out.
I can't believe you say that to all the nerds.
What? You think you're special, did you?
Rock systems are sync your PDDs, which means masks on, ladies and gents. We are officially a go.
Copy that. Go for attack.
Yes, they are stronger and faster, but they are not killjoys. We do not run. We do not hide. We hit first. The warrant is all.
The warrant is all. Ambie squad on final approach.
Talking now. Good luck in there.
Gas is ignited. Paralytic effects will last 1 hour. All units, wait for my signal. Proceeding to emergency stations. Captain, your target agents have entered the wreck.
I've got him now.
All squads, go for entry.
Search and strike team has sector 40.
Venting complete. Oxygen levels normal.
Boys, time to slice and dice. Cindy, you don't even have a dress.
You're not going anywhere in those rags. Together and what have we got?
Introducing an all-new crossover, Toyota CHR. Toyota, let's go places.
Heineken has served in 192 countries. It's world famous. Like me. Excuse me. Enjoyed in 192 countries. There's more behind the star.
It's just a burst pipe. I can fix it.
With Claim Rate Guard, your rates won't go up just because of a claim.
I totally could.
Switching to Allstate is worth it.
DiGiorno? Rise to the occasion. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
You always say that even though we can't see God, we can feel His presence. In this house, I feel a different kind of presence.
Huh.
I thought it was an interesting commercial. Found out what mostly
Not a bleeder.
What's the commercial
I
for?
thought you were worried about killing
Annabelle.
Hollenberg killjoys, right?
The beginning.
Meat puppets in a uniform?
I'm not familiar with it.
Once we sweep the sector, we regroup.
Okay, you know the Amityville Horror?
Yes.
Okay, the people who investigated the ghosts in Amityville Horror are famous for investigating.
I am familiar with them, yes.
Okay, Annabelle is a haunted doll that they investigated, and they got locked up in a vault someplace in New England.
Right.
They did one movie about them unhaunting the doll, and
Right.
now then they're doing a movie about them, how the doll got made. Supposedly true story.
Yeah, sure. Of course it's true.
I believe in ghosts.
That's why you can see Auschwitz from space. Because of all the haunting. Because, God,
Oh, that place would be.
lit up like
There would be absolutely no doubt about ghosts at all if ghosts were real around Auschwitz.
Yeah. Any of the concentration camps, because supposedly people who die tragically, check.
Don't know they're dead, and they hang around.
Violent deaths. A lot of them didn't know they were dying. They went in, they thought they were taking showers. That's what they were told, and, it seemed reasonable enough. Because they were dirty, and so, okay, we're going to get deloused. God, it was such a fucking horrible thing.
I still can't believe that anybody is capable. I can see an individual being so broken that they could do horrible things to people.
Right.
I can't see a whole group of
society.
people.
A whole society.
Yeah. It's just, the scope is unthinkable.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe it. And they were doing the same goddamn thing in Serbia. Mass killing of people and burying them in mass graves. Your God is not the same as my God, so you all need to die.
That's pretty much the way I think it happened, yeah. I guess tonight will be the last I play, last day. I want to keep playing because I'm doing so good, but I'm getting tired. I'm just glad it's something I never experienced firsthand in any context. It didn't happen down the street from me.
When I was in Germany, anything and everything that had anything to do with the Nazis was forbidden in any context. The barracks we were in used to be Nazi barracks, and they chipped out the Nazi symbols above the door. Just had big chipped out rock and concrete.
And I know a lot of the people who were involved were like kids, especially towards the end of the war.
As I understand it, a vast majority of the German people did not know what the concentration camps were. but I know that they couldn't let the people who were in the concentration camps go home because they were getting lynched in the street and shit, because they were still blaming them for all the death and destruction during the war. So some of those people lived in the concentration camp for almost 2 years afterwards, while they were trying to find some place to put them where they wouldn't get massacred.
People are so fucked up.
And they've got fucking morons who deny it ever happened.
Well, there's still people alive who remember it.
I know. I don't remember it, but I have no doubt in my mind it actually fucking happened.
Yeah.
I probably should have went to one of the concentration camps whenever I was in Germany, but
I don't really want to go to that.
yeah.
But then you're not supposed to really want to go. And we're having a horrible conversation here, so I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to bed. I'm talking to my... We're talking about concentration camps while I'm playing Stardew Valley, and we're streaming this stuff. So anyways, I'm ending here.
Apologize to your listeners.
Anybody who watches this, I'm really, really, really sorry. I didn't know our conversation was going to take such a dark turn. Just for the record, we are totally against anything remotely involving concentration camps or Nazism. Or killing any kind of genocide, really. Even people we don't like, we don't want them to be murdered. Like Jamie. Long story, anyways. God, this is horrible. I'm so sorry. Anyways, this has been Stardew Valley, and I managed to get hardwood fences around my perimeter. So that was good, and now I'm quitting because my husband just bummed me out. Goodbye.
Then you know what to do.